Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin and I'm just going to do a clean with me video because I have so many things in the house to do that I really don't want to do, and I think sharing them with you and making a video will hopefully motivate me to actually get them done. And please don't judge my cleaning skills because I know that I'm not like a professional cleaner, but I'm just kind of doing my best. And yeah, there's a lot of mess and I didn't do much yesterday because I wasn't feeling well, so now I have to catch up. But I'm making myself a latte in the meantime to motivate myself to get stuff done. So yeah, I'm going to start with a few dishes. So this is the last day of term before my kids finish for Halloween, and it just felt like a rushed kind of day. It's like a typical day of like stuff I would do around the house, but I just felt like overall I didn't really get a huge amount done. But that's kind of a common feeling I have. So I just had taken the dog for a walk. We went for a walk for like nearly an hour and a half in the morning, and I listened to an audiobook, and then we got back and I ended up having like a surprise visit from the electrician because I was waiting for him to call out for a couple of weeks, and he phoned me kind of and said he was coming out like this day, so that kind of filled some of the time. Apart from in the video, I also just did things like taking the bins out. I still haven't got around to organising the ironing board better, and I need to find a different system. I feel like a lot of the problems in our house like kind of stem from us not having enough storage in terms of like shelving. Like I think at some point I want to put in like sturdier shelves that can hold a lot of our things, because as you'll see later in the video, one problem area is the living room, because we have a sofa that is just used for storage, like school bags, my partner's work stuff, and other random objects there's no other home for. Actually, it would be helpful if I could talk to you and have you be like, the view is good or not, because it's really hard to get the right angle for this. And of course you wouldn't want to miss out because this is so exciting, isn't it? Does anyone else feel like with cleaning ovens it just like the more you wipe it, the more dirt appears? I love that sound, the sound of my coffee maker bubbling. It makes me happy. Does anybody know, the way you have to clean in here, because it is as dirty as the oven itself, but then it drips through to the floor. Do you know how to stop that happening? Does anyone else feel like there's something kind of unnatural about sticking your head in an oven even when you're cleaning it? Like it kind of feels like it's going to be like a Sylvia Plath kind of ending. I don't even think we're making progress here. This is probably one of those times that it would be useful to have kitchen roll, but I still am not going to buy it. I know that it would probably be easier now to have a basin of water that you can just rinse it with instead of just going back and forth to the tap, but now that I'm at this stage I feel like there's no point in changing over to that method. And I think I remember this from last time, but because I clean my oven so infrequently, it'll be like forgotten again by the next time I clean it. So yeah, I'll see you again in 6 months and probably make the same mistakes again. Now I'm going to clean the shelves. I always feel like with the oven, like I reach a point where I'm like, why did I start into this? It's horrible and it's never going to be done, and then suddenly it's like, oh, it's actually nearly finished and the bubbles are finally disappearing. And I can't get my hand into these gloves. I've got 2 fingers in the one finger hole. Okay, this is the thing that the shelves are in. I love these oven cleaning packs. They make it so much easier. And I know if I didn't get them, it would be a job I would put off even more than I already do. I'm not somebody that watches cleaning videos for fun, but there is something kind of soothing to me about watching other people like cleaning. I don't find watching myself soothing at all, like it just looks stressful to me, but maybe someone else will find it like that. And what is your least favourite cleaning task? I have quite a few and it's hard to think of like the actual worst one. I really hate cleaning the oven, cleaning the fridge. I absolutely hate doing the freezer. I'm not a big fan of changing beds. I don't mind doing the bathroom if it's like not too dirty. And I don't mind doing dishes actually. We don't have a dishwasher and I quite like washing dishes. It's quite peaceful and gives you a chance to think about things. The only thing is that because our kitchen has such limited like counter space, it's sort of annoying because you end up having like an avalanche of dishes back into the sink when you've washed them all before you've had a chance to dry them. I don't mind hoovering, and mopping is okay depending on what you're using. We did have a steam mop for a while which seems to have decided to just give up, and it was stressful mopping with it because it was so heavy and you had to keep plugging it in different places, so that kind of put me off it. I always put off dusting. I'm really bad about doing that, and things like cleaning windows. Basically, like, I'm unmotivated in general about cleaning. I like organising, but cleaning is something I have to work myself up to doing. Does anyone else feel like this about it, or does anybody really love cleaning? This is far from perfect, so if you have OCD, look away. But it's a lot cleaner than it was. It's doing that annoying thing where it drips down through the gap in here, and I need to figure out how to stop that happening. Does anybody know how to clean like in here, because it runs down? I've tried before and it runs in and leaves drips down the glass. So if you have any ideas, feel free to let me know. I've scrubbed and scrubbed them with wires, so they're as clean as I am willing to make them. But if you know how to get any of the grease off that's still stuck on it, let me know, because I have now used the wire scrubber and I'm sweating and I have had enough. So let me know if you know any tricks about how to get the last of the grease off, just to make them totally like silver and shiny again. And I'm going to make my latte now. And why do I get a feeling of like, oh thank god, whenever my latte is ready and I get to like take a break from cleaning? I really don't enjoy cleaning. I like the like after effects of it, like being able to look around and see that it's made a difference, but I don't actually enjoy the process of doing it. And every time I get the hoover out, my dog looks at me like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you disturbing my peace? here's the situation here. So I need to clear this and wipe it. This is the book I just started reading. I've got 2 cups of coffee on the go at once. I need to drink this one and then probably heat this one later. It's my breakfast one. I didn't get around to finishing. My daughter, as usual, has forgotten to take her vitamin. This is just our water from breakfast, and the plant looks like it's on its way out, sadly. Then over here, this area stresses me out. Like, I don't know where to put all this random stuff, like tissues, inhalers, dog brush. I don't have a cat. A dog brush. Then there's a random squishmallow. Hair stuff my daughter was going to take with her swimming and change her mind. This string from their Cat's Cradle games. Dog treats. Okay, now I'm just going to prep dinner. So we're having a roast. I made chicken yesterday in the slow cooker and I kept the stock from it to make into gravy. And I'm just going to peel some potatoes. Sorry if you can't see my face while I'm doing it, but I'm going to do a whole bag because I usually make like enough so there's leftovers so that my partner can take it to work with him tomorrow. And then if there's any left after that, I'll have it for lunch. I guess, actually I keep forgetting, the kids are off school tomorrow for Halloween, so there is no school, so we'll all be eating lunch together. And move this out of the way. And I usually start to cut them up smaller because I think my kids like eating more of them when I do that. I'm just going to stick them in this pot and then I'll fill it with water. Whoops. So yeah, this is probably kind of boring to watch. And I prefer peeling potatoes with a knife because it was what I was taught to do. And if you're like, if this is causing you anxiety watching me doing this, like I think I have only ever cut myself like twice in my life. I say that and now I'll probably end up in A&E. I'm making roast potatoes to go with the chicken. In case that wasn't obvious, I always parboil them and then put them in the oven. If you cut the potatoes up smaller as well, like it makes them go further because I think it tricks you into thinking you're eating more than you actually are, which is a useful way of saving money as well. I never really have that many potatoes with dinner. Like, I think I'm having 4, but it's probably only 1 potato. Okay, so that's the potatoes all done. I've just put them in cold water to sit and soak so they don't go brown and get some of the starch out of them before I cook them. And I've got 3 sweet potatoes I'm going to use as well, and I might make sweet potato fries with them. My daughter loves sweet potatoes and she would just eat like a million, so I probably should have got more than 3, but they're quite big. I am not getting rid of the potato peelings yet because I'm going to take this all out on a tray to our compost bin when I'm finished. We recently got one. I just ordered it from the Belfast City Council and it was like £10 and they deliver it to your house for you and then you can make your own compost. And yeah, I've just been trying to remember to add all of our like fruit and vegetable scraps to it whenever I'm not using them for cooking. There's so many things you can put in it. It's been really useful. You can put like egg cartons in it, coffee grounds, paper, toilet roll tubes, and it just saves a lot of space as well and stops us like putting everything in the food waste bin, because it's also for garden waste. You can put that in the compost too. This is probably very stressful to watch because I find sweet potatoes really hard to peel, but yeah, I'm still alive. I haven't cut myself. Right, I'm gonna make these into fries. I don't have much room here. But our compost bin is at the very bottom of our garden, so I feel like if I'm gonna make a trip there, I need to make it worthwhile. I'm going to take all the food scraps out to the garden now and put it in the compost so you can come with me. Okay, and I've got some cauliflower left from the other night when I used it in mac and cheese, so I'm just going to use up the rest of that tonight. If I have the energy, I'll make a cheese sauce. If not, we'll just have it with gravy. I think when my boyfriend watches me doing things like this, it makes him want to cry, and he comes to help because he's a kitchen porter and he can chop everything really quickly. Although saying that, he nearly chopped his finger off the other week. What are you doing, silly? Potato's making a seed out of my coat, and he's just pulled stuff off the sofa, but nothing breakable, so it's fine. Okay, that can go in the bin. I'm going to chop these up smaller, leave them all in water so that they don't go brown, and I will put them on when I get home from picking the girls up from school. I just got back from helping out on a school trip with my daughter while her class went swimming, so I left her school and then I have to go back again and get them. They both have after school clubs basically, so they're in a little bit later today. So that is all of the veg prep for dinner, and I will put it on in a little while. And why do I feel like I've got so little done today, but I feel like I've been busy all day? Like, I don't know if that's just motherhood, but I feel like I haven't really accomplished very much. I need to finish tidying up now and get ready to go and get the girls from school.